Hey guys, welcome back to the TCB Naturals class with me, Tabitha of Craving Yellow. Today's class is going to be a really important one. So I want you to stop everything you're doing, grab a notebook, grab a pen, because I'm going to be walking you guys through how to build a healthy hair regimen. Now remember, a healthy hair regimen is the secret, and I mean the secret to healthy hair. You can't use magic potions. You guys, it's all about a healthy hair regimen. So let's get straight down to business. Okay guys, so when I talk about a healthy hair regimen, what do I really mean, right? I'm sure you probably heard about this, but you might be like, I don't know, what exactly is that? So a healthy hair regimen is a set of products, right? And hair techniques that you use on your hair periodically to be able to achieve results in terms of hair length retention, hair growth, volume retention, etc., etc. Basically, how to achieve hair that lets you shine. So guys, step one is this. You need to pre-cleanse your hair. What does that mean? Pre-cleanse, what is that? What I mean is pre-shampoo. So oftentimes, many of the shampoos in the market, they have really stringent properties. And what this means is that it's just a little too harsh for our hair. So you apply the shampoo on your hair and you're like, whoa, my hair feels like steel wool. Well, in order to prevent that, we have a step that is called pre-cleansing or pre-pooing. And now guys, you can do this simply by using oils. Remember in primary school how we'd say how like oil repels water? It's the same principle here. You want to actually use oils to fortify your strand so that when you do apply a shampoo, your hair strand is not stripped of moisture. Are you seeing that science there? So the oils that I'm going to be using today for my demonstration are from TCB Naturals. They have the replenishing coconut oil as well as the restoring argan oil. And how to do a pre-cleanse is that you simply take one of these oils. You can even actually mix them if you'd like. But you take one of these oils, you can warm it in a bowl, put some hot water in a bowl, take some of this oil, about 2 tablespoons, put that oil in another container within the hot water and let it warm up a bit. Warm oil is better to use on your hair because for whatever reason, the molecules are better able to absorb into your hair strand when the oil is a bit warm, right? So you take that oil, rub it in your palms and then apply it to the length of your hair. Really massage the oil into your hair. Put on your shower cap or even some cling film and then your satin bonnet and then go to bed. The next morning when you're shampooing your hair will be better able to withstand the harsh effects of the shampoo, right? So step one is always pre-pooing or pre-cleansing. Remember what we're trying to do here is build a healthy hair regimen. Let's get straight on to step two. Okay guys, so remember step one is all about preventing high growth fatigue. That basically means when your hair becomes wimp and loose because the shampoo has stripped it of all its moisture and it's not able to withstand the effects of styling, this can lead to breakage. So now let's get into shampooing. Shampooing is a very diverse topic. So generally speaking, there are about 4 different types of shampooing methods. There's the deep cleansing method, often called clarifying shampoos. So clarifying shampoos are used to remove buildup. You know how sometimes you've like done your braids, you've had them in for a couple of weeks, especially during this quarantine time, and you remove them and there's this gray gunk at the roots. I know some of you are guilty of that, but it's okay, no judging. That's when you use a clarifying shampoo because it lifts all that gunk that has accumulated over weeks, right? So number 1, we have deep cleansing. Next, we have regular shampooing or regular cleansing. And what this means is you probably wash your hair once a week. You go to the gym maybe twice or thrice a week here and there. You just want to maintain the health of your scalp. You don't have too much product building on your hair, so you do a regular shampoo. The third type of cleansing is mild cleansing. Now, when you look at the literature online, you're going to find some words such as co-washing. You might ask yourself, what on earth is co-washing? Some people actually do away with shampoos altogether and just wash their hair with a conditioner. Well, I wouldn't personally advise for that. What I would say is take your regular shampoo, dilute it a bit, and then use that diluted shampoo simply on your scalp. Maybe you go to the gym like 6 times a week, you sweat, or it's hot, you've been outside, you're feeling like your hair is a bit dirty, then you can use a mild shampoo or a mild cleansing. Then the fourth type of cleansing that we have is spot cleansing. So what this means, for example, maybe you have a condition on your scalp, maybe you have ringworm, or you have, something else that is growing on your scalp, and you don't have to use that harsh treatment on the entirety of your hair. Then you just apply that cream or that product, usually that is prescribed by a doctor or a trichologist, onto the area of your scalp that has an issue. Now that's what we call spot cleansing. Right, so we've covered two aspects of your hair regimen. The first, remember, was pre-cleansing or pre-shampooing. We've talked about shampooing. Now let's get into deep treatment. Okay guys, so we're moving on swiftly on to step 3. Not to be forgotten, not to be skipped. You need to do this step at least once a week. And this is what I call deep conditioning, right? You might maybe have referenced it as treatment. Sometimes you go to the salon and your stylist says you need to do treatment. Well, I would recommend that you treat your hair at least once a week. Now, what are the benefits of deep conditioning your hair? Remember, your strand is always being exposed to the elements. And by that, I mean the sun, the wind, dust, you name it, rain. Sometimes you're outside walking, umenyeshewa. Guys, you need to be deep conditioning your hair. What does that do? It restores the moisture and the protein into your hair strand, and therefore allows your hair strand to be fortified. You see what I mean? So when you deep condition, you need to make sure you do this particular step. You need to deep condition with heat. Have you ever wondered why when you do treatment in the salon, they make you either sit under a dry, a hooded dryer, or under a steamer? It's because heat, as I mentioned in our first class, allows your hair cuticle to be raised and allows for the product to be absorbed into the strand. Are you seeing why we need to deep condition with heat? So whenever you go to the salon, always ask them to put you under some source of heat. It can be a hooded dryer. In that case, wear a shower cap, because remember, you don't want that dry heat to then evaporate all the moisture that you're trying to put in your strand. Alternatively, if you're going under steamer, you can go without the shower cap. Why? Because the steam in itself is really good for your hair strands. It allows them to, soak up that moisture, the good oils and everything. In fact, in this TCB one, there's shea butter and there's honey. Heaven for your strands, guys. Heaven for your strands. So that's step number 3. Always deep condition weekly. You can use a conditioner like this one from TCB. In fact, this is actually one of my favorite. And I want to show you guys the other one that is more of a spot treatment. This is the anti-dandruff treatment. So if you have dandruff issues, flakes, itchiness, I would recommend that you use the anti-dandruff range and the anti-dandruff deep conditioning treatment. Alternatively, if your scalp is normal, you don't really have any issues, then just use this regular DPT by TCB Naturals. So guys, that's step 3, deep conditioning. Let's go on to step 4. Now, this point of hair care is critical, because I feel like for us Kenyans, for whatever reason, we really love heat. I don't know why. In the form of a blow dryer, you want to set your hair under the hooded dryer with heat, you want to flat iron your hair, and then you're asking yourself, why am I not seeing length retention or health retention? Your strands are breaking. Your hair is a mess. Well, let me tell you something. When you wash your hair, after you deep condition your hair, remember, once you rinse off that deep conditioner, you need to allow your hair to dry till about 70%. Now you might be like, Tabitha, that's forever. I don't have the time of day to be waiting in the salon for my hair to dry. So then what do? You can use a microfiber towel or a cotton t-shirt or even a lasso. One big mistake that we're making as Kenyan women is we take those towels with those 2 fibers, those ngumu ones, and you guys even sometimes use these same towels, these old ones, to mop your floor. And you want to use this towel with those same hard bristles on your hair. If you're rubbing your hair as you're drying it, you're causing mechanical damage. So what do you need to do? Use something smoother like a cotton t-shirt or a lasso or a microfiber towel. Like, that smooth one, the one that's used for wiping the table. That one can be really, really good for drying your hair as well. So remember, drying is part of your hair regimen. Avoid heat as much as possible. Why? Because heat tends to lift your hair's cuticles, and what does that do? It dries out your strand. Also, the mechanical process of just blow drying and going through with a comb and all of that causes a lot of unnecessary tension on your hair. So as much as you're able to, always try to air dry your hair, and if you can't, use then a microfiber towel or a cotton t-shirt. Let's move on to the next step. Okay guys, so we're on to the 5th step. I know you must be wondering, what? Those are many steps to follow, but believe you me, over time, you'll get comfortable. They'll be on the tips of your fingers, just like they are for me. So don't worry too much about all these products and steps that I'm mentioning. Each one of them is crucial for the health of your hair. So step 5 is the sealing process. Now, you might wonder, okay, I have a deep conditioning treatment. What's the use of a leave-in treatment? What is that? Now, a leave-in treatment is one that you don't wash off your hair, right? A DPT, remember, you've gone under the steamer or whatever, you've washed it off, you've air dried your hair. What do you need to do next? You need to apply your leave-in treatment. What does this do? It just seals your hair with a coat of beautiful nutrients and moisture to keep it really supple between your wash days. Are you seeing the importance of leave-in treatment? So if you just air dried your hair and you left it, you've just left your hair exposed to the elements. But then with leave-in, you give it an extra coat of love to just keep you till your next wash day. So guys, we have 2 types of leave-ins available via TCB Naturals. This is the first one. I love it. If you have your hair open, take a simple size of like a 20 bob, apply it to the length of your hair and leave it on. That even can last you 2 or 3 days. And then every so often you always just return, apply some more on your palm, rub it into your palm, and then apply it to the length of your hair. Leave-in treatment allows your hair to stay moisturized between your wash days. Now, remember, oil seals in water. So what I would advise is, with your leave-in treatment, go back to your replenishing coconut oil and your restoring argan oil. Remember how we talked about these in the beginning? You can use them to now seal in the moisture. Remember that experiment in class 4 we used to do? We used to go outside, we pour water into a glass, then we pour oil on top. Then you're like, wow, is it going to evaporate or not? Well, guess what? It's the same principle here. When you seal your hair with an oil after the leave-in, it just helps that moisture stay in even a little longer. Right, so this is what we have next. Then you might be thinking, well, Tabitha, what about my scalp? Now, we have 2 products that you can use for your scalp. We have the hair food, which is here, the nourishing hair food, or alternatively, the herbal pomade. I love this one because it has this menthol feel. It feels so good, especially after like you've gone under the steamer and then your scalp is just, it's just like breathing. It feels so luxurious. This is actually my preferred one, but you can use either. Just to keep your scalp, you know, a little supple. Remember, our skin naturally produces sebum, right? Which is this oil, it's like an oil substance that keeps your scalp healthy. So again, that means don't be too heavy-handed with these products. Don't take like a whole bunch of it and apply it all over your scalp. In fact, I'll just say a little scoop is enough. Warm it between your thumbs, just massage your hair a little bit, and that is probably all you need for even like an entire week. Okay. So you might be asking me, well, Tabitha, what if I have braids? What if my hair is not open? Do I still use the leave-in? Do I still use the oils? What do I do? Well, guess what? We do still have this anti-dandruff leave-in spray. I love it. It's actually better for braids, that itchiness that you get. You know, sometimes with braids, you can't really cleanse your hair really deeply. This is perfect because then you can just spray it onto your braids and you're pretty much good to go. And then obviously now with your braids, sometimes some of you ladies, my goodness, the smell that is emanating from your head. Well, don't worry. TCB has got your back. Guys, this sheen spray is bomb. It smells delicious. I love it. You can use it just to add some sheen onto your braids or even just to mask a bit of that, you know, that musty smell sometimes your braids get. So guys, that is it. We have completed the pre-cleansing. We've talked about shampooing. We've talked about deep conditioning. We've talked about drying. We've talked about using your leave-in conditioner and then even sealing your hair with all that moisture you've worked so hard to gain. Now, it's as simple as that, guys. It's as simple as that to build a healthy hair regimen. These are some of the products and the healthy hair practices that will help you see the growth, the length, the volume that I know you're longing for. So I think that's it from me. Let me know if you have any questions, but otherwise I will see you here in the next episode. Between now and then, I am sending you so much love and sunshine.